1.
And welcome back to Let's Roleplay. I still am not your host, Duhad. I am your GM, Colonel DeFrog, also known as Kit. I am joined today by Winter.
Hello.
Time Knight.
Hey.
Moonstruck Ragamuffin.
Hey.
And Morath, also known as Grant.
Hello.
When last we left our heroes, they had just been given the terrifying call of it's time for hair and makeup, as they are about to go on the filming of a show.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you. However, there are some concerns here. While Brass is very happy for himself being on his favorite show ever and seeing how it goes behind the scenes, there is a hyperdrive that Rosa wants to keep secret, and an identity that poor Chalk would really prefer not to be plastered all over the galaxy. His.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
So, you go to your hair and makeup call. What do?
Brass will take charge, and he goes up to one of the makeup people and just says, "Make me pretty."
Honey, I don't know if we can do that, but we'll make you look handsome.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they set to work about you. Really bring out the color in your skin, the finer details of the patterning. Man, they are going to make you into a bigger sex symbol than Jar Jar.
Oh boy.
Really accentuate those eye stalks.
Yeah. Those long, floppy ears are just going to be draped in the most enticing manner possible.
Yes.
Galena, what are you going to tell your hair and makeup person?
I'm gonna give them the dimensions for a just like a the standard military cut, which is essentially like pixie, but left a little bit longer. Or no, not pixie, but a bob cut with like a little bit longer, which she's sad about because she had spent a long time growing out her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then let them work their own magic. Because she's not somebody who knows much about this stuff because she was a soldier.
Okay. You tell them to just go ahead. Make it fit this, but go ahead.
Yeah.
And
keep it within the parameters. Yeah. Let them keep it within the parameters that the show sets for me. But other than that, have fun and go wild.
Okay. Yeah. You just start getting worked over. Rosa, what do you do?
I'm also keeping notes of what they're doing so that I might be able to replicate it if I like it.
Right.
You might have difficulty here. They've got a lot of tools.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about what looks good, so do what you need to.
Okay. We're gonna go for the wise master look for you.
Right.
To the 16-year-old.
Yes. Yes. That is in fact a thing that is happening.
Okay.
Okay, and finally, Chalk.
This is a bit embarrassing for me, but I'm a little self-conscious about the size of my facial horns. Could you do something about...
You realize that you're talking to another Keldor. You also may realize that they're looking at you and going, I like this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They run a
Yes.
finger along one of your tusks.
Um.
You just have lovely color there.
Thanks. I guess.
Oh, this is going to be a pleasure.
Um. Uh. Okay.
Such a shame that we have to work in this atmosphere. I'd love to do this without masks.
Yeah. Yeah. So, about that.
Things Chalk did not expect to do today.
Get flirted with by
I mean, if you really are going to force me to go ahead and put on prosthetics, I guess I can, but I really hate to ruin the lines of your face like that.
No, ruin away. Ruin away.
All right. But you're going to owe me a drink.
Fine. After we wrap, I'll get you a drink.
Fine, then it's a date.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. God damn.
She starts selecting tusks. So I guess you're a big, strong one, huh? This tusk is like the length of her forearm. No, that might be a little bit garish.
Yeah. That's a little. Don't want them too long. People will start thinking, oh, those are false. Just something a little more. Just
Robust,
a little bit long.
like this.
Sure, that'll work.
Okay. Starts fitting it to your face. Yeah, I can see how that would work. It's not quite the same, but and let's see. You've got some lovely patterning on your forehead. We could really make that stand out.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, let me just get my tools and we'll get to work.
Okay. Yeah.
Voice goes up octave. Okay, so after you all come out of hair and makeup, you may look around at the others. All of you but Rosa will see this for obvious reasons. Rosa is actually looking somewhat older than normal, and his normally kind of tangled, curly, dark hair has been teased into something much more styled and really very reminiscent of the hero without fear, Anakin Skywalker from back in the Clone Wars. Galena, this might have been a bit of a shock to you when you finally went ahead and took a look at yourself in the mirror, but you actually now have blue streaks in your hair that match your jumpsuit.
It's brilliant.
They didn't do much to, the change of the, longer pixie cut that you were talking about, but you have like aggressive blue streaks in your hair, or to just complete the look, all going down the whole blue and gold that you had working with.
Galena is super excited about it.
Well, Brass, they said they were going to make you a bigger sex symbol than Jar Jar. You look like the sexiest Gungan that ever walked off of a ship. They gave you new clothes. You were looking really fine. You were looking like you've got Lando Calrissian's tailor, not just some jumpsuit there. You tried to explain to them that no, I'm just a explorer. I really do wear this sort of stuff, but you came in flying on a battle class yacht. We got to go ahead and play that up. We're gonna make you look good. You actually are wearing an opera cape.
Oh,
no.
jeez.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Raz is like exuding confidence at this point.
And Chuck has longer tusks, more defined patterns on his skin, and is almost looking just that little bit extra shinier than normal. He also may be looking somewhat uncomfortable because he's been flirted with by his makeup artist for this entire time.
I just kind of come out of the dressing rooms like, okay, guys, let's do this. Get this over with, and get off this rock.
See you in 2 days.
Can't,
Oh!
can't wait.
There's a drink that we get that I started drinking once I left the Happen cluster. It's called a reactor core. It's absolutely brilliant. You should try it.
Okay. Hold on.
Also makes you immune to a lot of poisons.
That's a added benefit, I guess.
Mostly because if you survive this particular poison, you will be immune to a number of poisons.
It is a very strong drink.
Oh, one of my
Although-
friends could have really used that.
The side thing is that the modern version uses real spice, so it's illegal in a lot of the galaxy.
I see.
Okay, film and call. You'll all be in this first scene. You're going to go ahead and walk off the ship together. You're going to meet some of the crew. They'll go ahead and banter with you about what you're going to do. Just react as naturally as possible. Okay, so let's see. We've got Galena. Galena, you're going to be mostly playing against Jebba. She's Mr. Hung's daughter. She's the one you're going to get in a fight with. You're not supposed to like each other.
Okay.
We'll do that not today, probably on the second day, but just at least play that up so that the two of you are going to get in.
Okay.
So, systems engineer, Mr. Chuck, Mr. Nam,
Hey,
you're going to be playing alongside Zix. If you're a fan of the show, you might not see him that much, but he's a Verpine. He's really kind of a wizard with the technical stuff, and most of the time the network doesn't want him on because he talks a little bit too highbrow for most of our viewing public, but you'll fit with him. So pay no mind about the fact that he's going to be snacking on the moss all the time.
I have no problem with that.
Excellent. Okay, so as far as it goes, Master Jedi, we're going to have you really in the background between Pong and his daughter, back and forth, also looking over your own student here, and go ahead and impart the wisdom of restraint and everything, which of course your student will not listen to, and then they'll get in the fight, and then things will break down, and you'll be able to go ahead, I'm sure, to bring up some of that Forcey wisdom that the galaxy just loves from you Jedi when everything goes down. Okay?
Sure.
Excellent. And then, of course, Mr. Brass, you are going to be playing primarily across from Pong, captain to, person who's owned in this place. So, when you come out of the ship and you start talking with them back and forth, make sure that you just kind of line up there so the cameras get the good shots. Make sure that you're standing at an angle so we can get all of your faces. We don't want you to be masking each other. we might have you actually go ahead and reset and do it again. Just try and make it as natural as possible. I know it's not natural, but try, okay? Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's do this thing.
All right.
Alright. Walks back to the ship and pulls it up
Oh, well.
with everyone in.
The
so-
thought might be going through your head. How can I make this natural? I'm wearing an opera cape.
And his response to that question is, to his own question is, confidence.
All right.
Alright, so he, once everyone's inside, he waits for it and then he'll pull it down.
All right.
Galena's gonna make a mental note to talk to High Command about adding optional hair dyeing to uniform procedures.
By the way, I should note the hair dyeing that was done is something brand new to you. They had you drink something and then painted your hair with an activation agent, you later learned, and that was the stuff that actually got dyed.
Huh.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is something that the Happen Cluster does not have whatsoever. And you thought that you had the best in hair dye technology.
We do have great stuff for it, but it is different and more cumbersome.
Anyway, so, ramp opens, you see the group standing out there, and like the guy had gone ahead and alluded to, they're not standing straight across from you. They're actually at an angle. And you can see that on one side there is a couple of crews with cameras that are filming this.
Yep. Brass will start walking up and go to shake the hand before retreating back and helping form the angles.
Okay. Well, I tell you, it is just a crime what happened to this poor ship here. Just a crime, something as pretty as that getting broken.
Yeah, it cost me quite the pretty penny.
Well, this repair might do the same. It's about they don't come cheap.
Yeah.
Lesson, of course, you're willing to let us work our magic.
I've always wanted to see the magic.
Oh, see, you heard of us, high-fluting guy like you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, who hasn't?
Well, that's what I like to hear. Now, my name's Pong. They call me Pong 6 because I own this here place. If you can break it, I can fix it. You broke that, I'm going to fix it. By the way, he's doing alternate pointing with each of his forearms as he says that sort of stuff. Now, let me introduce my crew here. This here, he goes ahead and, hugs a actually taller than him basilisk woman who has a full 8 arms and is looking, well, remember how you said that Galena is ripped there, Graham?
Mm-hmm.
Think Goro. This here's my daughter, Jebba. She came, decided to help me out with this whole dream of mine. Couldn't run this place without her. Now over here we got Vez, protege, learning everything there is, and does everything that's asked of him. Zik here, he's the systems guy, knows everything about everything. And with that, you see a very spindly-looking insectoid alien. Though, oddly enough, if any of you have seen Verpine before, this may be the fattest Verpine that you've ever seen. Like, it actually has a bit of a belly, despite the fact that it has an exoskeleton.
That is weird.
Now, we're going to take real good care of your pretty lady here. So, just stand back, don't jog our elbows too much. You got questions, we'll answer them. But, here we go. So, who are you? I Plum forgot to ask.
My name is Brass. I'm the captain of the ship.
And you?
Who are you pointing at?
The next person in line is essentially based on who is in the line. So the next person would be Galena.
They call me Galena. I'm the head security officer.
He digs his elbows into Jeba's side. Head security. See, I told you should be doing the job here, daughter.
And there is an eyebrow, a quirk of a smile, and a look at the daughter, but the definitely like sardonic one.
You hear the sound of many popping knuckles.
It's lovely to make your acquaintance, Mr. Pong. Was it?
Just call me Six.
Sounds good.
Next down the line is Rosa.
Nice to make all of your acquaintance. My name is Rosa.
Ooh, I nearly missed that. Is that a saber?
Yes, it is.
Huh. Well, we never had a Jedi on the show before.
I haven't earned mine yet, but apparently comes much later in the training.
By the way, Galena,
later.
you see behind the camera someone signaling at you, shut up, shut up. And who might you be?
Guess that leaves me. I'm Shock. I'm the systems engineer on board the ship. Keep all the computers and stuff working.
Ooh, boy, you must feel like you got a bit of egg on your face there.
Yeah. It's a bit embarrassing.
Well, don't worry. We can fix it. Beat. All right. Reshoots? Nope. Okay. So, we're gonna have a little bit of a thing where they shoot some B-roll, and with us going ahead and taking out the remains of the old pump, and you can be around for that if you want. I don't know if any of you do. We'll be arguing back and forth for a little while. Just don't worry about it too much.
Whatever you see fit.
Yeah.
Excellent. Jedi wisdom. Boy, so hope someone got that one on camera. He ambles off into the ship.
Yeah. Galena's gonna walk over, since the cameras have stopped rolling, to the daughter and offer her. Galena's gonna offer her her flask.
She looks down at it, sniffs at it.
It's customary.
For what?
Greetings between women who might have to engage in a sparring match.
Sniffs at it again, takes a swig.
And then Galena's going to follow it up with her own after it gets back to her, and then screw it back on. It is a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, likewise.
Do they make you do this stuff often?
Not really. You can take a hit, right?
I just given a nod. Yes.
Good. Just I hope it doesn't end up like last time.
Yeah. I'm tougher than than my limited human frame would have you believe.
Yeah, I thought the Wookiee was tough too. She walks off.
And
Yeah. Galena's all about
Are
the
you going
screen.
to ask? Are you going to ask Brass about what she means by the Wookiee?
No, I assume that there was a Wookiee who got his ass handed to him.
ass handed to
Okay.
them is a little light.
Like
Like-
Galena's there. She's she's not posturing. She's just talking, and the woman didn't say it like as a boast. She was just matter of factly. So Galena's like, "Oh, well, that's a little disconcerting, but but yeah, I'll try to do better than the Wookiee."
You can try.
And Galena
She's
is
won
built for it,
every
but-
match, pretty much.
Oh boy, this will be interesting. Anyway. So, Shock, the Verpine walks up to you and he's munching on this green fungus. That is, well, you can't actually smell it, so never mind.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
So,
Oh, shit.
well, we'll be sharing a few scenes together.
yeah. Probably not going to show any on the show. Don't even know why they keep me on contract.
Yeah.
There's a buzzing sound that comes from him. I know why they keep me on contract. I do the books.
Yeah, well.
Also, when it comes to shipboard weapons, I'm the only one who knows his head from his cloaca.
Tell me about it.
Oh, you do ship weapons?
Yeah, sometimes.
you can see your face staring back at you out of the the compound eyes that's looking at you. You get the strong impression that he does not believe you.
Well, maybe not as often as you do. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm just kind of nervous. Never really been on a HoloNet show before, so
It's not so bad. If you got nothing to hide, there's no reason to worry about being filmed, right? He throws a spindly arm around you. Come on, I'll bring you back to my office. We can talk shop.
all right. Sounds good.
So, how is the architecture on the Baudo? He says as he walks off.
What?
He's talking about the yacht. So, Rosa, what are you doing?
I'm kind of watching over Galena, trying to make sure that she doesn't do anything stupid before she's supposed to. And trying really hard not to drown out the weird voice in my head that says use the high ground.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Anyway,
Well, Brass himself is just gonna follow along the main people, just
Okay.
sticking by
So,
Pong.
Brass, you are going to go ahead and be witness as Pong and Vez argue back and forth how they really need to, go ahead and get rid of the stuff that's in there because, it's fused there, so we can't use that extraction technique, so on and so forth. And they're just getting dirtier and dirtier as they go back and forth. And as far as it seems like to you, they've had this argument 5 times already.
Yeah, Brass just kind of like hangs by the door and crosses his arms, exuding that confidence. But he does not step in as he's much more ignorant and does not want to look like a total fool.
Okay. So after the 6th go round of this argument, Pong just goes, "Look, this is my shop. We're going to do it this way, and that's final. Hey, Brass, come on over here. Let me show you something."
He walks over. He's like,
He
"What's
slaps you on the back,
Nah.
leaving a big old black handprint on the back of your brand new opera cape.
Hopefully,
Now, you see right here, this is where everything went wrong. So you got extra power coming in from this coupling. That bus was overstressed, and that just brought it right on into the tachyon pump. Now, what most people don't know about Baudo classes is they got a problem with their tachyon pumps. And he just goes on and on and on. And you might love this show, but it, again, it feels like to you that there might be a bit of filler in here. Just a little bit.
Just a smidgen.
Or it might be... Oh, was that the 3rd time I heard that sentence out of him? Is he doing multiple takes of this again?
Never meet your heroes.
Each time, my cape is getting filthier and filthier. So what we're just going to do is we're going to rip it up all out of there. Just like this. He reaches down and actually rips up a piece. And, we're just going to have to take it out piece by piece because it's just been fused there, there, and there. And after we do that, we can build you a new one. It's going to be a better one, too. This will never happen again.
Oh, that's great to hear. Can't have pump problems. No, then...
So, I don't want that to happen to you again. And so, the thing is, you're already going to be in the shop for at least a week. And we're only working on this one piece. Because we got to fabricate it. It's going to take that long, mind you. But, you're here, so why don't we do some more?
Alright. I'm not sure if I have the money exactly, but I'm willing to hear.
Let's just take a look. Let's just step into my office and we'll take a look at what's going to go on. Why don't you bring along anyone who's got a say on these sort of things, and we'll make things happen.
Oh, yeah, I'll bring along, I'll bring along Gross. He's pretty good at that kind of thing. Yeah. No, that's really... Yeah, let's do that. Old Jedi wisdom and all that.
Yep, that Jedi wisdom. No match for some good old-fashioned know-how, though. He's not going to believe what I can do.
I'm always willing to listen, so let's go.
Okie dokie. So, Rosa, are you going to get picked up by them and moved into the office?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's how I see it. There's a number of different things that we can upgrade on your ship. Now, the maneuvering specs pretty much top the notch, so I don't know that we're going to be able to do much with that. That being said, you are just carrying a pathetically weak little armament there. Just that twin light laser cannon. No, that's not going to protect you against anything. Not out in the black. Not with the way the galaxy has been lately.
True enough.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we might be able to upgrade that for you. The other thing, of course, is shields. Defense is defense.
Yeah.
I prefer a big, it's offense myself, but there's something to be said there. And of course, we might want to boost your sublight, just get you going faster in a straight line. Everyone likes that. And then, of course, the big thing with Baudo is they kind of skimped out on the hyperdrive, so we might be able to make something happen there. Tweak a few settings, get a bit more out of it.
I wouldn't worry about the hyperdrive.
Why do you say that?
Part of Mr. Brass's hiring fee and negotiations with the Jedi was to test a new hyperdrive model. Part of what landed us here.
Ooh, hyperdrive model.
Mm-hmm.
It's in preliminary testings. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up about changing the face of galactic travel or anything.
Well, now you just gone and piqued my interest.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
I'm sure I have, but I'm not too worried about the hyperdrive. You can take a look if you want, but I don't think anything needs to be done.
Well, okay, yeah, I'd love to take a look.
Right.
So, what are we going to do for your ship?
Brass, final calls are up to you. It is your vessel.
Well, considering we probably can't even get that far into an asteroid if we really tried to with our guns, it might be actually safer if we get an upgrade to our weapons, though, once again, cost and all
Awesome. Zix will love that. So, are you going to be all Jedi peacenik and ask us to put on some ion cannons, or are you going to let me see if I can't drag out a turbo laser and fix that there straightforward?
Well, I would err on the side of an ion cannon. It is Mr. Brass's ship, or Captain Brass. My apologies. So, again, final say is up to him.
Yeah, I think we probably should go ion cannons as well.
Oh, all right then. Well, we'll at least keep that laser cannon, so, after you go ahead and do the Sissy's app, you can go ahead and blow a couple of holes in some hull plating anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
What about a warhead launcher?
A warhead launcher?
Yeah, like your Master Luke used to blow up the Death Star.
I mean,
Beetle launcher.
Sure, yeah. As long as we stick in budget, totally. I would not complain.
All right. I'll draw that up. So what else? So are we talking shields? How much money you got? Do you want the engines instead?
If we're going to go for anything else, I think it would be shields. Yeah.
Shields. Okay. Yeah. So I got some ideas there. We recently acquired a shielding system off of the front of a CR-90. Might be able to do something interesting with that. Yeah, one of those CEC Carillion ships. Yeah, I think we might be able to adapt it and really tune it around your ship. We got this special proprietary thing where we make sure that it really hugs the ship, not just a bubble, mind you.
Love
Better shield density for area. Again, that's Zix's deal. He'll be real happy to go ahead and do that. Now, of course, this one is a little bit pricier if we do that particular thing.
Yeah, it happens. I got a cool amount of money. No, like I have a handful. I don't have too much though. For when it comes down to the actual pricing.
Well, I'm afraid this one might make your eyes pop a little bit.
He like grabs onto one of his
He
sockets.
types on a data pad, holds it up to you, and says, "This is the part where you say no."
I don't think that would rip my pockets out.
Well, that's a shame. Spent a bit too much money on that apple cape, I suppose. Sorry about that, by the way.
It's fine. I can get it fixed up and cleaned.
Oh, shucks, nothing to it. Tell you what, I got this special. We got this special way of cleaning out any kind of stain. We'll go ahead and do it for that. Won't even know. Won't even know.
Oh,
That's kind of you.
Well, I mean, we got to do what we can here. Family operation.
Yeah.
All right, then. So we're gonna go ahead. We can definitely do still the shield upgrade with the way you're talking about money. I guess 6 is gonna have to be disappointed. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Ion cannons, and of course replace your fuel pump. Make sure that the space frame's in good shape. Yeah, you're gonna be spending at least a week here, maybe 8 days.
Oh.
But he goes ahead and grabs a hydro spanner from out behind his desk, plops it on his shoulder. I best be getting to work.
Of course. Don't want to keep you from it.
I'll nod along to this.
Beat. All right then. So, experimental new hyperdrive, really?
Again, we found some old schematics. We figured we'd try them out. Turns out it's a little faster, but more dangerous. So,
Ooh. Sounds like fun.
if you count flying into a sun fun, yes.
So long as you don't go all the way in.
We did avoid that.
And it brought you here, so all good.
It's all good in the end.
Of course.
So, can I see it?
Yeah. Please. Brass, if you lead the way.
Sure. He
Okay,
stands up
so,
and starts walking. Yeah.
Time night.
yeah.
As you sit down in Zix's office, a little call comes over his comm. He listens to it for a bit. Ooh. Huh. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay.
Oh,
I don't just get to talk shop with you. We get to do some shop.
all right.
So here's the thing. We're going to be adding a couple of fixed forward ion cannons to that ship of yours.
Uh-huh.
Going to go ahead and put a warhead launcher under the chin. And going to be doing a shield upgrade. We're going to be ripping out the old parts, putting in some capital grade components from a CR-90.
CR-90.
Yeah, one of the curling corvettes.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you
what's
manage
more-
to get a hold of one of those?
Don't ask. So,
And
Off camera right here, there's another thing. I do this trick where I can wrap the shield around the hull really, really fine, okay? But it's expensive. So what's going to happen is you're going to help me out. Because your captain doesn't have the money for it.
all right. So
we're going to work together and we're going to make this a possibility because, it's shop working with the ship's crew and everyone coming together.
oh yeah, well, kind of like that.
Awesome. He offers you a little bit of the fungus. Want some?
No thanks. I'm trying to quit.
Suit yourself. Takes a bite. Okay, so first things first. He actually sits down, brings up, this hollow tank and the ship's floating in it. So how are you actually going to do this? Here, come over here and let's see if we can't figure this out. I mean, we should have enough power to go ahead and run a couple of medium ion cannons. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. And the warhead launcher is piss easy as far as getting power to it goes. Just need to make sure that That could be a hack job that we could do, though it wouldn't look very pretty. And as he's doing this, he's, like moving stuff in the air, like very similar to the whole Tony Stark designing Iron Man, except he's doing this with your ship.
Oh, okay.
You like it? I've actually built this myself.
Oh, really? That's pretty.
Yeah, well, okay. Me and 25 broodmates built this, but I built 1/26 of it.
Well, it's still impressive.
Well, thank you. So tell me, what kind of fire control software are you running at the moment? Because that's going to make a big difference as to how we set this up.
Norton Security.
And as Team A provides unasked for commentary.
Would I know this, or?
I don't know. Do you know this, or can you figure out a way to find out very quickly?
I have like a technology knowledge that I could probably use.
You very well might have that. Let's see. You might be able to use systems diagnostics on this. So roll me a 4D.
Okay, 4D. Let me bring this up. Or
the Vista-based operating system, you can probably use some of the unintentional features.
shit, what's going on?
So, yeah.
This is taking a little bit.
You're rolling a 4D here.
Yeah.
Just 46.
Sorry.
Actually, 40 plus 1.
4D plus 1. Okay, I'll just. Okay, I just said 1. That's a pretty good. Let's see, that's 22.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely able to get it with that. So you go ahead and you start typing away on his, touchpad on your side of the desk.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring up the information. You did not know this before, but it is a tame and back targeting system, and it actually derives from some of Incom's snub fighter stuff. It doesn't really work very well for the light laser turret that you've got, but it would actually be ideally suited to this fixed forward weaponry that they're talking about.
Right, here you go. Well.
Huh. Would not have expected Baudo to be using that. That makes our jobs a little bit easier. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do structural modifications here, here, and here, and he goes on with this for a while. You notice that he never repeats himself. He always is focused on the task. Okay, so Galena, where are you?
I am I have returned to the ship because I'm waiting to either be called or to for the filming of the data end.
Okay.
But I'm currently training with kata and stuff, and meditating.
Okay. So as you're going ahead and doing your kata, you notice that there are eyes on you.
All right, I'm going to turn and look at the eyes.
They are black and they are set in pebbly green skin. Vez is standing there making motions almost entirely, but not entirely, unlike martial arts. Ooh, where'd you learn all that?
The military.
What kind of military does that kind of stuff?
The Happen military. Granted, I underwent special training for this particular style, but the basics are in every core training.
Huh. So you do those flips and kicks and all that sort of stuff?
Galena raises an eyebrow, then thinks for a moment, and, then shakes her head. Kicks sometimes. Mostly, though, it's about using your opponent's superior mass. Due to the fact that our military is primarily female, and our typical opponents are much larger than us, we tend to favor a striking art that makes people damage themselves more than they damage us.
Huh. Why don't they just shoot you?
It's because, actually, to illustrate a point, Galena pulls out her blaster, ejects the pack, and then hands it to and offers out the butt end. Says, "Put that in your belt, and then try to pull it on me."
All right. He goes to draw.
All right. So, as it comes up, she's going to strike the wrist right above the hold to illustrate the fact that, close quarters equals difficulties.
Okay.
With Happen martial arts.
Go ahead and roll me. Let's see. For you, 6D.
Mhm. All right. So, 5, 3, and 6. All right, so there's 15 plus 21.
21. Okay, yeah, you are able to go ahead and, knock it. You preempt him pretty well.
Yeah. Close quarters combat, usually, when it gets this close, drawing a blaster is more difficult than using your hands.
You're not kidding. Shaking his wrist.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hurt him, but
Yeah, when it comes right down to it, though,
oh, it's gonna sting.
yeah.
But it's
Damn.
Is this something uncommon in your culture?
I don't know. I'm not a hunter.
What is his race, by the way?
He's a Rhodian.
No, I see.
Those playing along at home, think Greedo, the guy who Han shot first at.
Yeah. So, would you like to learn a thing or so?
Oh, yeah. So, how's this done?
We're gonna start with
immediately falls into a terrible stance.
All right. So first, we're gonna work you through some of the forms. So she's gonna start him on the first kata.
Okay. Great amounts of enthusiasm. Not zero skill, but close. Go ahead and roll me a knowledge and Happen martial arts, so 5D, for your teaching of this.
That should be interesting. Okay. Oh, 6 on the wild die. Plus 2. So. 28.
28. Believe it or not, despite the fact that this guy has a thick skull and he doesn't even have technically the same bone structure as you, you're able to get something into his head. Also, those sucker fingers are a really nasty surprise when it comes to that one throw.
Interesting. Well, you might work better with a grappling art. We'll work on that. Self-defense measures.
Galena, go ahead and roll me perception.
What is it?
2D.
2D. 10.
10. Okay, you are able to spot this fairly quickly. In the door, Jeddah is hulking and looks very, very annoyed, and then turns and walks away.
I then discreetly, just as I move and continue doing this, look around for cameras.
Oh, there's been one this entire time.
Okay.
None of the main
And
people go around without at least one camera crew following them.
Okay. Galena's just gonna nod, but also turn and give that same wry smile that she gave earlier, while her back is to the Rhodian, whose name I forget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's a bit more that goes on, but it's largely nondescript, except for the fact that at this point, it's time to visit the engine room.
Oh boy.
Right.
Okay, so how are you going to handle this?
The same way I always do. Show it to them and hope that they don't pass out. So
Okay, so you just open the door to the engine room?
I'll knock to give the
door
our
opens a
devouring
crack
friend
and
a little bit of
Alex looks out. Yeah, what's happening?
the boss man wants to see the prototype, I guess you could say.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Clean up some stuff.
Sounds good. Is that okay with you? Talking to
Well,
the Bascos.
yeah, sure.
So it looks good,
I guess.
Sorry.
He looks back over his shoulder at the camera crew. Yeah, I guess we can wait.
Sorry. Just trying to do the best we can. Sorry, what?
I don't know that I've seen Giselle so excited in ever.
It's an old design that may prove some theories correct, as far as I know.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, really, it's a damn shame about Giselle. He's brilliant, real brilliant, but ran into some trouble after finishing up his doctorate and just never went anywhere from there. I wish we could get him on the show. He's smart enough and everything. He just keeps on doing this hangdog performance.
Ah.
I feel for him, though. Awkward silence for a couple of minutes. Now, where is he? Door opens, and he's just beaming as he comes out. Sorry. Had to go ahead and put away some of the stuff. I've got the rest of the sensors stacked up behind some of the sublight drives so you can't see him. It should be fine. It should be fine. Excuse me. Sorry. Moves out. That might be the queerest thing I've ever seen him do.
You might understand once you get a look.
He looks up at you. You know, I always heard the Jedi called space magic, but now I actually believe it. Well,
Everything's got a little bit of magic in it.
let's see what's what.
Right.
Door opens. Sith spit criff me! Ducks and covers. What did you do? He
Again?
looks up from the floor. You do realize how dangerous that is, right?
Yes.
He starts standing up, brushing himself off. I did not know that hyperdrive core radiation made a man into happy-go-lucky like that. I guess that could be some new psychological technique. Huh. Power of applied engineering. But what did you do here?
Followed the will of the Force. Which is a fancy way to say, not sure, but it works.
See, I was just about to say that sounds like a cheating answer, but I guess it's totally a cheating answer.
It's totally a cheating answer.
He walks in there. It keeps on involuntarily flinching back from it. This works?
Yep. It's the second working one in the galaxy in a very long time, as far as we know.
Ancient technology.
There was an excavation of a old Jedi temple. I'm forgetting the planet, sorry. And we came across this design. We thought it wouldn't work, but a few of the students tried it anyway, and this is the result.
I guess I can see why you thought it wouldn't work. I mean, you saw what I did back there. I see why you didn't want me to go ahead and work on your hyperdrive, but that is just the neatest thing ever. Huh. And Jasal's been looking at this?
Yes. He's been quite excited by it.
Yeah, I guess I can understand why. Huh. Well, maybe we can get him on the show then.
Maybe. He's been quite excited by it.
Yeah. No, looks around. Gonna have to talk with Cap about this one.
Sorry if it sets you back on the
Oh, no. If I can get him on the show and, we can go ahead and get some of the network money coming to him and he isn't eating stale noodles all the time and yeah, no, this'll work. Yeah. Rubs all four of his hands together.
Excellent.
Jedi, you're just spreading good cheer wherever you go, huh?
It's what we try to do, help people when we can.
Well, let me help you. Absolutely 100% all the work that's going to be done on your ship will be free.
That's so very generous of you.
Well,
isn't
it's the
that
least
great,
that
Brass?
Deep Six can do for the Jedi Council.
Thank you.
No, really, my pleasure. Okay, and with that first day of filming done, that's the session, folks. We will
All right.
time. And that's Let's Roleplay for us. And next week it'll be back to Major, but after that, we'll be back. See ya, folks.
See ya.